Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let us continue with the Xdinary Heroes drop. We checked out the title track, Beautiful Life. Oh my goodness, what an experience that was, both musically and visually. One of the most interesting projects I feel like I've covered in a hot minute. But now we keep her moving because we have the rest of the album to check out. In fact, we have a 7-track mini album to check out. Oh my goodness, there's so much new music to check out, and I'm very excited to get into it because I believe I mentioned this in the title track as well, but Xdinary Heroes always brings a spicy B-side or two on an album. Last time I was around, it was Symphony. Before then, it was Money on My Mind. Then you had ballads like Good Enough, you had Lunatic, Strawberry Cake. We're guaranteed at least one banger B-side on every album, or at least a banger B-side on an album that resonates with me directly. And the fact that we have 6 chances of that on an already very good start to the album with Beautiful Life as the title track, I'm so here for it. So, let's jump right into it. Right, I know we have like the visualizers and what have you. We have the credits pulled up on screen as well as on the side over here. It'll probably be easier for me to read off of that because I'm used to reading off of it. So let's get started. Track number 1, title Fight Me. Lyrics by Say and the members. Oh, Say. Oh, that's cool. I think we've covered like 1 or 2 of her OSTs in the past. Very cool. Composition Versa Choi, Nico Young, Xdinary Heroes. Arrangement Versa Choi and Nico Young. Loud. It's very similar to Beautiful Life in regard where it starts slow. Once the verse comes in, we're driving. Holy build. But the release, we're back into halftime again, right? It's got that big hit on the major beats. And then double time it for the verse again. It's very much a similar formula to the title. Just with about 3 or 4 less style switches. A little bit of filtered vocals happening. Very also a thing we got in the title track. Ooh, cut it. We're still going. Okay. That bridge was very tasty. Was not expecting that. Cool pause. Xdinary Heroes, they're gonna lead in a little bit on the drop D tuning this time around, aren't they? Beautiful Life is in drop D. I believe Fight Me is also in drop D as well. Interesting. I'm trying to think, like, have Xdinary Heroes done a lot of drop D recently? Instead, I'm pretty sure it was drop D. But I'm pretty sure the rest of that Live and Fall album were all in standard. Was Love and Fear in drop D? Oh, I can't remember now. I know what the song is. I can't remember if the tuning is different. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm gonna forget Love and Fear, let's be honest. But Fight Me, cool way to start. And really interesting that stylistically and compositionally it connects to Beautiful Life really well in certain places. Whether it's the whether it is the meter change, well, not the meter change, whether it is the accented beat change, or whether it is the way the song style switches, whether you're in the verse or in the chorus or not. It's like an entry, not a gateway drug, but you know what I mean. It's like the entry into Beautiful Life, because Beautiful Life is a full-ass experience and a roller coaster of a song that really takes you to so many different places in the rock spectrum. While Fight Me is like a little bit of a sampler, a little bit of a teaser as to where we could go with Beautiful Life. Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down here. Either way, Beautiful Life, track number 2. Of course, we're going to skip it because we've spent time on it already. Lyrics by Kim Young-hoo, Lee Woo-min, Collapstone, Xdinary Heroes, Say, and Mono L. Lee Woo-min, Collapstone, Xdinary Heroes on composition, Lee Woo-min, Collapstone on arrangement, which takes us to track number 3, or 3, depending on what part of the world you're from. More Than I Like, all lowercase, interestingly enough. Lyrics by Sela, composition Sela and Xdinary Heroes, arrangement Sela.
More, just more than I like you. More, just more than I like you.
Whoa! I thought we were gonna go like Owl City for a second. Oh no, it's very different. What a contrast, it's so light here. Bring it, build it from the bottom. Okay, build it up a little. Ooh. It's heavy, but it has a little digital playing to it. And the way the beat goes triplet just for the hits is really neat too. Gunnel's running on the hi-hats again. Little digital, like, machine gun effect there. It's also another song that plays with the sensation of speed a lot. Goes double time into half time, into double time into half time. Wow, I love the digital element of this. Yeah, there is something spicy and tasty about this song. I cannot describe it all that well, but... yeah, that triple hits on the main beat here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, who was allowed to have that much fun on the synthesizer on that song? I need a live clip of that immediately, because whoever was in charge of synthesizer on More Than I Like was having a lot of fun moving up and down on the keyboard a little bit there. But here's the thing, it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different, and I am loving what they're doing here. It's overall, this album rhythmically is actually quite complex, and it's quite involved. It's something that, you know, moves. It gives and it takes. You got halftime, you got double time, you got a little bit of triplet action going on. It rhythmically keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you very busy. But it's never overwhelming. Beautiful Life gets close to being overwhelmed just because there's so much that's happening all at once. And it continuously changes, right? But still, it's a very fun experience. Fight Me and More Than I Like still plays with the timing sensation and still keeps it fun without being overwhelming. And I feel like, you know, I'm thinking back to the other older albums that we've done. Of course, Live and Fall is still very fresh in my mind, because we went through all the individual open beta stuff, as well as Feeling Nice and Symphony later once the album dropped. But I feel like Xdinary Heroes haven't done anything this kind of rhythmically out there, at least that I've listened to. Well, actually, I've listened to everything that Xdinary Heroes have done. So yeah, in terms of whatever I've heard from Xdinary Heroes, in my immediate memory, I have not come across something that's rhythmically this kind of out there. That's really cool to me, because they impress me every single time with whatever they bring to the table, but this time it's like technically impressive for me. Very cool. Any hoosers, let's keep her moving. Track on number 4, titled Diamond. Lyrics by Lola Fair and the members. Composition Liu Min, Collapstone, and the members Liu Min and Collapstone on arrangement. Now, Collapstone's worked on 3 songs on this album. And from what I could briefly read in the comments, we might be to a little bit of a hater, so let's take a look. It's a bit short. Took me a minute to find the meter, but we're here. Man, it's quick. What is the BPM on this? Hold on. Halftime. We did have a meter switch. We'll ride the half. We're gonna stay halftime. There we go, we're back. $210? That ain't bad. 210 is decently quick. And now we drop it into halftime. And then once you hit it into that halftime mode, if you feel the weight of it coming in now. Wow. I love that this song just does not hold back on being pretty in your face. Well, damn. Well, damn. Looks like we weren't gonna let off the gas until the very, very end. It's like the song has to end for you to let off the gas on this one. It kind of cooks. It kind of cooks. It's definitely different to the kind of cooking that Money on My Mind did on the Troubleshooting album. But it's the same concept, right? It's got the pace, it's got the volume, it's got the crunch, it's got the presence. This is a song that you physically just cannot miss. And if Beautiful Life was that really complex adventure through the song, Diamond is very much an on or off type song. Like, we are going all in, or we're gonna bring it back a little bit. There's no in between, there's no room for misinterpretation here. We are simple, impactful, and to the point. That is what Diamond is in comparison to Beautiful Life. And the fact that we have that contrast on this album is very nice indeed. Right. Track number 5, Supernatural. The last song called Supernatural we checked out, I believe, was Ace. And that was a kind of a heater. So let's see if song called Supernatural can go 2 for 2, shall we? Lyrics by Human, Collapse Stone, and Xdinary Heroes. Same on composition, Human, Collapse Stone on arrangement.
넘어진 거야. 그래 넘어진 거 더 누워있자. 아무 생각 말고 잠시만 가만히 있자.
We're going ballady. I'm waiting for a 12/8 beat to come in, but I don't think there is one. Ooh. Tasty chord there. Rubbery bass. Straight ballad. I'm so here for it. It's this type of ballad, isn't it? It really is. I will get that phone call later. It's from a toll-free number, so I will pass on that later. What I'm finding interesting about Supernatural right now is, especially in the verses, when it's so wide open, there's kind of like 2 or 3 different ways you can interpret the meter of this song, and that's really cool. But it has everything you want for a ballad. It has the soaring vocals. It has the big emotional hits. Oof. I think in terms of ballads that Xdinary Heroes have done, it's probably more akin to Dreaming Girl rather than, you know, Good Enough, but hey, it's a ballad. I'm never going to complain about a ballad. And it is very, very nice. It's almost like haunting in a way. Just the amount of reverb on this song, the song rings forever, and it's almost like because the song rings forever, that angstiness that the song delivers is enhanced more because of just how long the voice just rings into the ether as whoever's singing is singing. And that's really cool. That's really, really cool. Very nice. I'm going to check my phone real quick to see if they've left a message or not. So give me 2 seconds. Right. I have returned. I've also run off to the bathroom. Apparently that phone call was some, not spam calls, but like calls trying to get the feelers out for the current cabinet and some government election thing. So miss me with that, because I have Xdinary Heroes to get to. We have 2 more songs to go, and this is the one that, in terms of the title, has me the most intrigued, because this is track number 6, titled George the Lobster. Shout out George, my boy George one time. Sorry, I feel like whenever I see the name George, I have to say it in a Jamaican patois style. Like, it just, George. Hey, what up, my brother George? Anyways, before I embarrass myself even more, lyrics by Hong Yirum of Papermaker, composition Huang Rin, and the members with Huang Rin on arrangement. Whoa! Holy moly! Again, who is on the synthesizer on this song, because they are absolutely cooking. Got a nice snappy drum part from Mr. Gunil back there too. Joyeon's getting busy on bass as well. What the? Holy switch up. Wow, this is so different. It's almost like experimental pop direction, like a, dare I say, almost Lucy-esque in a kind of weird roundabout way. This is certainly different though. God, the way it just snaps into this really light section here is kind of crazy. Fake out with the re-entry, okay. Oh, sneak in a key change one time, why don't you? Getting a nice proper Junon guitar moment here. Ooh, keep it going, keep it going. Holy smokes, that was a long outro to finish. But you know, in terms of the title, I was very intrigued, but musically, that one takes you places, doesn't it? It's snappy quick. It's really snappy quick. But there's some clever stuff. It's weirdly, for me, might be the most straightforward song on this album. This or Fight Me might be the two most straightforward songs on this album right now, or maybe Diamond as well. But that's crazy to think about, because these are not straightforward songs. Just in the context of this album, might be one of the more straightforward songs, and that's crazy. But yeah, George the Lobster is like, I can't really describe it, but it feels out there a little bit, almost bordering on experimental for Xdinary Heroes sound. Like, it's got a plucky playfulness with the dark undertone to it that feels very on brand for them, but also the final execution of it, it feels like is kind of a new direction for the Xdinary Heroes guys. And that's very cool. Before I was rudely interrupted by my OBS crashing once again. I really need to figure out what's going on with that. Maybe it's a version thing. I don't know. Either way, before I was rudely interrupted by OBS crashing, George the Lobster has a direction that I don't think I've really ever heard from Xdinary Heroes before, which begs the question of where else is there left for them to go? Because, you know, open beta last year with the 4 tracks, we have Boy Comics, Love and Fear, Save Me, and Instead. Wildly different songs sonically, and considering we did the deep dive last year as well in terms of their early discography with like Live Lock and right, Overload, Live Lock, no, yes, no, yes. You get my point. Like Hello World, Overload. I'm pretty sure. Did we cover Live Lock then as well, or did we just do Overload? I can't remember, but you know, on camera, we have covered every single Xdinary Heroes song that has dropped up until this point. And still, for me, I feel like George the Lobster goes in a direction that I've never really thought of Xdinary Heroes going before. And considering the various number of genres that Xdinary Heroes has done in the past, it's crazy to think that there's still places that they haven't gone yet that's possible to reach. That's what blows my mind. Anyways, let's move on to the next song before OBS decides to absolutely bork itself again with one final song. Track number 7, B, Bitter But Better. Lyrics by Shimunji and the members. Composition Shimunji, Ihei Soil and the members with Ihei Soil on arrangements. Send it.
What's your favorite? I'm only favorite. Hey.
Gang vocals, heavy guitar lead. Ooh. Interesting that the main vocal melody here is really just going up and down the scale, but it sounds so cool. Wow. It almost feels like it's like the antithesis of Haircut. It's got that kind of walking, chugging pace to it, but instead of it going, you know, all of a sudden losing all momentum in the chorus, it just rides onto it and goes even more melodic. Yeah, it's such a simple melody because it's just up and down the scale, but it works so well.
That's what I'm talking about. 못하는 척만 just let it flow. 하트 멋지려는 순간 다 우스워져. That's for you. You got the real thing. 비난 법에 놀라지 마. I don't need nothing to write for you.
And a second guitar solo. It's busy, isn't it? There's a lot happening here. Is that how the album ends? We are gonna end on a little bit of a party. Okay. Cool. Okay, so Bitter But Better is, I think, sonically the most straightforward song on this album, and I think it's no question now. But that doesn't mean it's a bad song. It's not boring at all. It's loud. It's in your face. Yeah, it really does feel for me like it's the antithesis of Haircut. Because I think, like, tempo-wise, it's pretty similar. And this is almost what I would have wanted Haircut to be when I heard it for the first time way back in the day. What, 3 years ago now? That's crazy. Haircut was 3 years ago. Well, 2.5, but you get my point. It's Haircut, I remember being a song that was like, is so close, but then all of a sudden that chorus comes around, and while it's interesting to listen to, it's like, I want gas. I want it to cook. And it just kind of takes a step back for me in the wrong place. Bitter But Better takes that formula and almost overdoes it in a way where, like, we're gonna go really in on the melodic side of things. And yet the way they do it is such a simple thing to do, where they take a scale, that's it, just up and down the scale one time. That's the melody in the chorus. That's it. So simple, and yet it works so well with the song. I don't know, like, the scale is something every musician learns on whatever instrument they're learning. It can be anything from a recorder to a violin to a guitar to a trumpet. One of the first things you learn is the scale. Well, maybe after Twinkle Twinkle, but every musician knows a scale on their instrument. It's one of the first things they learn. So to hear it being used and come across as something that sounds really cool and interesting kind of blows my mind, because I find scales to be kind of like a musical necessity in a way, where, like, I need to know scales to know music. And so it's like, there's no really appeal to it. It's just something that you kind of have to know. And you learn it, and you just kind of brush it off and move on with your life. But here, it's just a scale. Sounds so cool. How have they done that? What kind of musical crack have they laced into this? That is a lot of fun, though. It really is a lot of fun. Like, Xdinary Heroes are always going to be a great time, I think. And the thing is, for me, my very first Xdinary Heroes song was Haircut. This was back when I knew nothing about them. And I feel like, timing-wise, having a Haircut as my first Xdinary Heroes song was a really tough choice. Because for me, it's wacky and way out there. And in fact, that kind of Overload album in general was wacky and out there, you know, with like ZZZ and stuff. But then, because of it, I missed out on the banger that was Lunatic and Xmas, because the title track, like, really threw me for a loop. But now that, you know, I'm a little bit older, I'm a little bit wiser, I'm more open to some weird and wacky stuff. And we've gone around to some of their older discography. We've covered all of Xdinary Heroes' discography now, unless I missed an OST from them. And they just do some weird and wacky stuff that sounds so cool. That just sounds so cool. And I think last year really proved that for me. with just how cool Xdinary Heroes could be musically. And the fact Beautiful Life this time around, like, the B-sides are terrific, but for me, the crowning moment on this album is the title track, because it is just so bonkers and out there, but it's executed absolutely flawlessly. It leaves an impact on you. It is that is a trophy piece of a song in the entirety of the Xdinary Heroes discography, and they have had some absolute bangers in the past, right? But Beautiful Life for me is going to be a memorable song in their discography, and it was going to be hard to top that. Realistically speaking, it was going to be very hard to top it. But this entire album is very good. It is very, very good. It's just the title track takes the crown of it, and I don't think people would argue with that. Man, oh man, was that pretty. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here before my computer decides to OBS decides to break itself. Actually, I have just seen that Xdinary Heroes are touring. But they don't have a Japan stop. Damn it. So they start in Seoul next month. They go Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Busan, Jakarta, Surabaya, Taipei. I'm gonna have to go to Taipei. Oh, I can't even go to Taipei because I have school then. Damn! That means I'm gonna be missing Xdinary Heroes when they come around. They do the Asia loop. And that's a shame. I would have loved to hear Xdinary Heroes live, but you know what? That's probably in my best interest because I am going to be very, very poor this summer, I feel like. But anyways, enough about my financial worries. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.